Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 18th of February, 2024. Marvelous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I am back with another fragrance rotation video. How do you like them apples? This week has been... it's been unusual, you know. I've worn a couple of things, a few things I haven't worn for a while. I've worn a couple of classics, a couple of vintage. And so we will get started. Started without a full bottle because it was going to take absolute hassle to pull out the full bottle. So I didn't bother. But this is Bois d'Argent. I think I'm getting ready to do a full review of Bois d'Argent. I'm getting ready to do a full review of a few of these. This is Juniper, Myrrh, Beeswax and Iris. You know this fragrance. You've heard of this fragrance. Current iterations are shocking. They're not very strong. They're simply not strong enough for what they're charging. And it's a waste of money these days, the modern bottles, but the vintage ones are sensational. I have a cologne version, which is the original that was released in 2004, made by Annick Minardo under the direction of Hedi Slimane. And this version I have here is a 2015, which was the reformulation into Eau de Parfum by Francois Demarchi. I will do a comparison. If I haven't already done one, I'll do a comparison video. And that will be worth a watch. I would watch that video. So I will make that video if I haven't made it already. This is absolutely amazing. Never met anyone who ever said they didn't like the smell of this. A lot of people complain about performance and price and other factors, but not the smell. It's absolutely gorgeous. Huge in rap circles in France. French rap, that's a niche. Oh, tremendous. Okay, next up we have another familiar fragrance to the channel. And this is Laus by Filippo Sorcinelli. Not Lavs, I am assured. So Laus. This is incense, elemi, pepper, cardamom, resins. I get like a thick, I mean elemi's a resin, but like I get something else in there that's a bit thick, like an ambery sort of thing. Very religious connotations from it. The elemi in it's gorgeous. I do like elemi. It's a clean, fresh, citrusy kind of resin, you know. Very nice. Very, very nice. But it will make your eyes water. This is an amazing blend. I wish I knew who the perfumer was, but we don't. And I highly doubt that it was Filippo Sorcinelli. But this is well worth a try. You can get samples from the website, and they are rather good. A good little brand, that. I wouldn't know if you would call them a designer brand, because he does make clothes, but the clothes he makes are for like the clergy. He once made the Pope's robes. So he must know a thing or two about a thing or two, you know. Next up, Wednesday, I wore something not entirely dissimilar. And this is Gucci Guilty Absolute. There's been a bit of talk about this fragrance this week. Varanis Rodari did a review, also a very good history lesson, and I enjoy a good history lesson. 3 fractal distillations of patchouli in this, apparently, which I didn't know. Doesn't give off a patchouli smell, though, but that's the difference between ingredients and notes, isn't it? You know? There's a big difference. For me, I get vetiver. I get a smoky, evil vetiver. I get cypress. I get I get leather. I get this kind of medicinal, burning, woody kind of vibe. I do find it similar to Rien, if not in smell, in vibe. You know, Rien's a bit more severe. In fact, it's considerably more severe. You can tell that one of them's from a niche brand and one of them's from a designer brand. This is much more palatable. Gucci Guilty Absolute, as you can tell by the huge dent I have put in this 90ml bottle. Used a good 30ml there. Love the bottles. Bottles are fantastic. Fragrance is fantastic. It does smell like a cleaning product. I liken it to hospital floor cleaner, or the smell of a freshly cleaned hospital. Incredible goo. I absolutely love this. Prices are starting to rise. There's debate about whether it's discontinued or not. Sometimes you say it and sometimes you don't, you know. Should really check the Gucci website. That's usually the best way to find if something's discontinued, in my opinion. Anyway, on Thursday I did wear something entirely dissimilar, and this is L'Eau d'Ambre Extreme. This is vanilla, is labdanum, amber, patchouli, benzoin, tonka, sandalwood kind of thing. I get a lot of that vanilla, benzoin, tonka thing though. It's very thick, maybe something a bit rosy as well, you know. Cardamom, clean, a little bit goopy, you know. It's beautiful. It's such a lovely, thick, resinous fragrance. I actually prefer it to the original. The original I have got in my spring and summer rotation, and I will be wearing that because it's a lot more ice cream vanilla type of fragrance. This is more of like a resinous, rich, dank, thick, goopy kind of vanilla. That is more of like an ice cream fresh kind of vanilla, you know. It smells cool, which is an unusual thing to behold, but it is a thing in my opinion. Next up, something entirely dissimilar again. And a vintage fragrance for you, my friends. This is Smalto Pour Homme. Look at the dent in that. I fucking love this stuff. It is sensational. I think I've reviewed it. So if you want to watch a review by me, you can watch that. This is lavender, rosemary, licorice at the top, which gives it something a bit different. Patchouli, geranium, and then this outrageous smoke moss. That's what I like to call it. I coined that term. I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever utter smoke moss, but I feel like it because I've never heard it before. It's a smoky oak moss. Leather, oak moss, amber in the dry down. Absolutely stunning. The lavender kind of threads all the way through the fragrance. It's one of the best of the genre, in my opinion. As like a fougere, released in the late 80s. Oh, I just fucking love it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't wear it for long periods, and then I go back to it and wear it, and I'm like transported back to a time about 5 years ago when I was buying up a lot of different fragrances. Longer than 5 years ago, 6 years ago I've had this. And I just remember coming across, oh my God, what a fragrance. Anywho, we veer left again. Excuse me, sorry. And go for something completely different. And I will Serge Lutens' Roose. Not entirely sure what Roose means. Could mean cinnamon. This was released in 2007, and it is essentially cinnamon. And maybe something a bit woody and ambery, but that's about it for me. Very linear, but extremely well done. It's such a good fragrance. I've got 2 or 3 bottles of this. Every once in a while, one pops up. And I love this stuff, I really do. It's really underrated. And as it's a Serge Luton, it could pop up at any time. Serge Lutons are exempt from my rules about spring and summer and all of that kind of thing. It's fresh, it's light, but it's got some kind of ambery staying power. It smells beautiful. Something a little bit along that kind of vanillic benzoine kind of thing as well. Maybe the amber kind of accord lurks in the background. But it's beautiful. And I recommend you try and smell it if you can. And last but not least, my scent of the day. And my scent of the day is this, my friends, a fragrance I haven't worn very much this year at all. And this is Ambre Narguilé, or Narguil, by Hermes. It is Jean-Claude Elena being Jean-Claude Elena. It has tobacco, it has amber, it has that cinnamon apple pie kind of thing going on. A little bit spicy, very ambery, but fresh, and it has a lot of volume in the fragrance. There's a lot of open air, which is infused with this kind of rich, warm apple, cinnamon, tobacco kind of vibe. It is a beautiful fragrance. Performance isn't bad, but it isn't great either. And if you haven't smelled it, I would recommend that you did, because it's pretty terrific. I like it when Elena does these kinds of things, because this is very much not his style of fragrance, you know. But he does it well. Anyway, that has been my fragrance rotation for this week, friends. Thank you very much, and I will see you again.